When the Las Vegas Raiders went out and traded for Davante Adams, I gotta be real with you, I was excited. I was elated. Finally, the Raiders got themselves a number one wide receiver for Derek Carr. Like, okay, I know what some of the haters are going to be back there and saying, or some of the other people that have been Raiders fans like us for a while. It's, oh, what about Nelson Aguilar? What about Amari Cooper and all those guys? What about them? There was clearly not the chemistry between them as Derek Carr has with Davante Adams. That is very clear. And the fact that Henry Ruggs looked good before the whole situation happened with him. Prayers for everyone involved there. But then just top to bottom, like there was no, even last year there was no true number one. Like, I know that Hunter Renfrow looked really good, but like there was no number one guy that we're like, okay, we are throwing it to him 15 times a game. I don't care what happens. And since week one, it hasn't really happened for Davante Adams. But one player that has definitely stepped up and has emerged for the Las Vegas Raiders, well, technically as a wide receiver 3, is Mack Hollins. So through the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, you have Davante Adams, who leads the team with 17 catches for 189 yards and 3 touchdowns. But then there's Mack Hollins, who really showed up this last game. He's got 14 catches, 240 yards, as well as a touchdown, which he caught this last game. And it was clear that they were targeting Mack Hollins. Like, they wanted to get him involved, and they were really targeting that corner that was guarded. I think it was Pearson. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we talked about it in Standouts and Fizzouts. Go watch that video. We talked about it. But anyway, they were really targeting Mack Hollins because he was just winning his matchup all day long. And as you see here through the last 3 weeks, he's really stepped up. You talk about a guy that, yes, 1 catch for 16 yards against the Chargers, but then they did, like, the same problem they had with Davante Adams. They didn't really feed him. Like, they just kind of let him go for some reason, let him do his own thing. But then came back against the Cardinals, had 5 catches for 66 yards, and then the Titans, 8 catches for a $158 and a touchdown. Like, this guy is legitimately becoming that number 3 wide receivers, and one of that number 3 wide receiver for the Raiders, excuse me. And I get it. You've got all these guys and Davante Adams, Mack Hollins, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow. So where does Hollins kind of fall in that category? Well, I think, just looking at the depth chart, I think you got to be honest with yourself. I know that just top to bottom, this is a very talented Raiders team. If their offensive line can get it figured out, and the rest of that team can get it figured out for that matter, I think things are looking good. But I do think that it's worth mentioning the fact that Mack Hollins, he's got the same amount of catches this year already through 3 weeks as he did with the Dolphins last year. So he is really emerging. I expect him, he probably could be a 1,000-yard receiver. Like, if he continues to play like this, you could have Davante Adams, potentially Hunter Renfrow, and Mack Hollins all having 1,000 yards this year with Derek Carr. So, and Darren Waller. So it's just an absolute shame that this offense is not clicking as good as it could be, because you've got, like we talked about, Davante Adams, who already has a special relationship with Derek Carr. Then you got Hunter Renfrow, who, again, special relationship with Derek Carr, even though he fumbled, twice against the Cardinals. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. Didn't play against the Titans, I don't believe. But overall, you got to be excited about Mack Hollins and the way that he has emerged for the Las Vegas Raiders, because I do think that the Raiders did have a need there. Like, yes, you had Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, and all those guys. But, if Hunter Renfrow and Davante Adams were guarded, and as well as Darren Waller, who are you going to count on to be that guy? Who's going to take the top off the defense? Who's going to go up and win those jump balls? Mack Hollins has shown the ability to do all of those things, and I think that he's only going to get better, and I think he's going to continue to be a huge threat for opposing defenses and a huge weapon for the Las Vegas Raiders. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes, as well as if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com. I gotta put this thing, looks like I have alfalfa in the middle of my head. Jeez. Okay. All right. But let us know what you guys think about Mack Hollins, who has emerged as the number 3 trace-ish wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders.